Hi, the purpose of this video is to introduce you to some of the resources you have available through the library at Johnston Community College. To begin, we're going to start on the JCC page and then look near the top for the word library. When we click on library, we're going to advance to the libraries page and have access to the library's content. Once we're on the library's page, there are a number of ways you can go about searching the content, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to focus on only two of those ways. So first, if you were to scroll down the screen just a little bit, you'll see that there are two search boxes. One is labeled Find It All, and then the other is labeled Search the Catalog. So we're going to begin with the Search the Catalog box first. This is the traditional library catalog. So we would think about this as an option for when we wanted to search for physical books, DVDs, audiobooks, and that kind of thing. We're thinking along the lines here of items that are in the library building that we could check out and take away with us. The Find It All search option, as its name applies, searches all the library's content. So that's going to include everything that's in the Search the Catalog box below, as well as all of the online databases and other resources that the library has access to. Searching with Find It All is a comprehensive search, which means you're searching everything at one time, sort of like one-stop shopping. The advantage is that your search is comprehensive, it's all-inclusive. But another consideration to make is that because you are searching everything that's available at one time, you're going to have a much longer list of results that you'll have to work through as you find the best resources for you to use with your particular assignment. The Find It All option has some advanced search features which allows you to put in certain filters and reduce the number of results that you're going to get in a given search. So if we go to the top of the page and look under the heading Resources, in the center column there's a heading called Tutorials. The first two videos that you see in this list give you a demonstration of how to, in the case of Find It All, navigate and locate the advanced search option, and then some of the most commonly applied filters that you may want to consider in your search. And the library catalog demo also shows you how to do a sample search and how the catalog system is set up so that you can refine your results in that search option as well. These are both very short video clips that shouldn't take you but a couple of minutes to get through. So now we're back on the library's page again, and to consider the second way of searching that we're going to address, we're going to again go to the heading Resources, and this time we're going to go in that center column and choose Subject Guides. Subject guides are something along the lines of a handout that have been prepared by a librarian for each of the content areas that you see in the list here. These contents provide sort of the top recommendations and best bets for each of the fields that you see given. So we'll look through the list and we'll choose the discipline that's most appropriate. So in this case we're in radiology, and we're going to choose the radiology guide. When I scroll down just a little bit, I can see that across the top I have a few tabs that represent categories of what has been collected and assembled for your subject guide. So the one we're landing on represents some of the individual databases that are appropriate for radiology. Again, the databases would be where you're going to search for your journal articles for your research. And we could choose any one of these that are available. And like the Find It All search, if you watch the tutorial video on that, most all of these have the same advanced search options for you to apply additional filters and narrow your results. Most all of these have a short description at least, sort of to highlight what kind of content is included so that you have some sense of which one may be the best fit for you to use. So the advantage in searching one of these individual databases is that you are searching a smaller subset of what is available through the library. You're searching a much more focused and more narrow group of resources. The disadvantage is that on occasion you may have to search a second or third of these databases to find the resources that are really spot on for what it is that you are searching. So you have a couple of other tabs. You could look at books, you could see what video resources are available, but we're going to look next under the citing your sources. There are a couple of citation styles on this page, including MLA and APA, but for your class you're going to be using AMA, the American Medical Association style. And under the heading here on the right for AMA, there's a link to a website that provides demonstrations or templates for what a citation should look like, and then some samples highlighting examples of what a real resource would look like set up in AMA style. Your instructor also has available this handout. This handout is a general overview to help you get started with AMA. It's not meant to be exhaustive. It's not meant to answer all the questions you may ever have. It's just meant to introduce you to AMA. The first thing I'll note on this handout, as you'll see in the heading, AMA allows a lot of leverage in some of its formatting. For instance, you'll see here there is no standard format for a title page. And the reason is a lot of things submitted for publication are subject to an individual publisher's preferences, and AMA style yields to what those publisher preferences are. AMA does, however, say you must have a title page and it needs to include these different parts. And as you see in the italics, if you've not been specified a certain format by your instructor or a publisher, it's easy to use a web browser and search for AMA title page to see some samples of what that would look like. The next section on the handout deals with the abstract. It gives you the 4 different kinds of abstracts that may occur in AMA and what each one of those should include as far as subheadings and length. So for instance, if we had a structured abstract for reports, I should be no more than 300 words, and I should have all of these headings as part of the abstract. The next section is set up very similarly to the website link we highlighted just a few minutes ago, in that you have some very common types of resources you may use in the shaded boxes. So for instance, I have an example here, print journal, and then I have a template for how a print journal citation should be set up. So this is sort of the template, and then down below I have an example and a second example of what that would look like using real resources. And again, these are just some of the most common resources you might encounter in your research, but you may have other types of resources that would require a different type of citation. Instead of parenthetical citations in AMA, AMA makes use of numbered superscripts. So you may see just to the left of my cursor here, there is a superscript number 2, and this refers you to your reference list, the second item on your reference list. This is somewhat similar to footnotes and endnotes that were more common in some times gone by. So then at the bottom we have a note about our references as far as what our reference list should look like. AMA titles its reference page reference list, and then all entries are listed in numerical order. They're numbered in the order that they appeared within the paper, and not alphabetically the way we're more accustomed to with MLA and APA. So this video has meant to be an introduction to you about a couple of resources available and some references to some other resources that may be helpful as you get started with your research. The library staff is always willing to assist you. We're glad to help you with your questions and help you find resources. If you follow the link that's provided, you'll see a couple of ways that you can contact us on the page available. Our individual emails and office numbers are available under the side heading of staff. And then you see a reference to chat at the bottom, which is referring to the icon at the top, and that icon is on all of our pages. This allows you to instant message with a librarian in North Carolina all the hours that are specified to get assistance with your research question. Thank you.